Hi, guys. How are you today? Time for another short recap of last night's episode of 90 Day Fiance. I got to keep this as kind of short and simple because for a couple reasons. Number one, we'll get into detail at the block party. Number two, it's 111 degrees here today in Vegas. I need to be under, okay, people, under the air conditioner because that's beyond hot. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with Tanya and Sinjin. Okay, so oh God. Okay, on last night's episode, Sinjin went to South Africa and he was reuniting with his family and friends and basically told his friends that he was unhappy, people. Okay, I'm summing it up for him. He's got a long list of complaints when people said, how is everything going? How's being a newlywed? He gave a list of problems and I don't blame him. Okay, number one is Tanya's a nitpicker, okay? She is bound and determined to ruin this marriage. And as far as I'm concerned, they're already divorced because a divorce takes place in your head, people, before it manifests itself. I mean, let's just go over her list of complaints. Number one, she says he's a drunk. He's not a drunk. He's a heavy partier, okay? Number two, she's just, you need to find a job. You need to do this. You need to do that all day long, people. And then let's just talk about the obvious. She's trying to make him fat. Okay. She is trying to make him lose his looks. Now, that's no shade coming from me. He said it himself. He weighs 230 pounds. And his friends, they were like, what happened to you in America? Why are you putting on so much weight? It's because he's stressed. Okay. He is stress eating, people, because of that nut job complainer that goes by the nickname Tanya. I'm telling you, this is not going to work. Even though Sinjin is a good spouse, he really is. I like Sinjin a lot. It's her. She just will find the bad in anything. That's the type of person she is. Bah, nah, nah, nah. You know the kind, nitpicking, blabber, pessimist. Oh my God. Oh, the cup is half empty. That kind of person. Okay, people. So that's what happened last night. And last night's episode is that he even told his friends, I'm debating whether I should go back to America or not. No, you should not. You should stay in South Africa where you have some self-esteem left and where people love you. That's how I look at it. Now let's move on to the next couple. Oh God, Michael and Angela. Now you guys know I love Angela. I love her, love her, love her. But last night, okay, let's get real, Angela, okay? Haven't you ever heard the expression, when in Rome? Okay, when in Rome means if you're in a different country, you take on their culture. You respect their rules. What part don't you get, Angela? I like you, but So in last night's episode, Angela finally got a chance to sit down with Michael's aunt and was her regular everyday self, did not taper down whatsoever. Okay. And the aunt said, listen, you're bossy. In Nigeria, the woman's supposed to be submissive to the man. Now, I don't care if you believe in equal rights and women are just as good as men. It doesn't matter. When in Rome, you could pull that stunt here all day long and be right about it. I believe women are equal, but not over there. That's their culture. It is what it is. You knew this, Angela. You knew this before this episode. Do you think she was putting on for the cameras? She knows that. And listen, so fine. We all know Angela is not going to be a submissive woman. Fine. But why do you have to argue about it? Just say okay and move on and then do what you want to do. I hate a person that's arguing a pointless point. Okay. You are not going to change the entire country of Nigeria into thinking, oh, okay, we were wrong all this time. Women are equal. They're not taught that over there, okay? It is what it is. You don't like it, but you knew it when you were marrying when you met Michael and decided to marry a Nigerian. That's how they are. Okay, it is what it is. I don't want to hear all the no back talk, people. It is what it is. Why are you arguing about it? This relationship is not going to work. I always said it wasn't going to work because I didn't think Michael would find a way to get a visa over into the US because his country's on the ban list. But now I figure out it's not going to work because Angela doesn't know how to shut up and stop arguing with people. Okay, you're not going to change their mind. She made a big Yahoo to do out of the whole thing. I'm not submissive. That's why I'm saying she's probably bolstering for the cameras, because if you say that you're a happy, loving couple, that just no matter what you do, you can't get into the US, no one cares. We're gonna be like, oh, okay. So she was putting on last night doing what she does. Thank you, Angela. It was quite entertaining. Now let's move on. Next, we're gonna talk about Larissa and Erica. Did I say Erica? Eric, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it, Eric. I mean, did I? No, I didn't mean it. Let's talk about Larissa and Eric. Okay, in last night's episode, they got into an argument and they made up. Now let's move on. Next, let's talk about Chuck and Andre. Oh God, this was just a fiasco now, wasn't it? Now listen, in last night's episode, Andre, being the pompous, I can't cuss, being the pompous person that he is, was forced by Elizabeth to apologize to Elizabeth's father and her brother, because basically he brought them over to Moldova from the US, a 20-something flight, okay, to be disrespectful, cuss them out because they asked him questions about his background. Now, is this a bad way to act? Hello, you're putting your wedding in danger because Chuck is paying for everything. I mean, that's number one. Number two, if you keep acting like a pompous a-hole, he's not going to give you $5. And let's face it, he is financing you and Elizabeth's lifestyle. But the pompous a-hole might have a point. If I don't want to tell you about my past for whatever reason, let's just say, I'm a criminal. I mean, we can't put it past him because I understand where Chuck is coming from. You move from Moldova to Ireland to be a bouncer and you were allegedly a police officer. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. What makes sense is like you were fired for being over abusing your power. Doesn't he seem like the type, pull you over because you passed, you rolled through a stop sign. That's the problem. What kind of cop he was. But nevertheless, he has a right to not tell people about his past if he doesn't want to talk about it. Okay, Chuck? And you should be the last person asking anybody about their past when you are a scammer, an alleged scammer. Do we ask you, hey, did you just fraud those people that you made sign that lease knowing that you didn't own that house? We don't ask you those questions. Now, do we, Chuck? Stay out of his business. And for the brother, I mean, listen, we know you have a rap sheet. You've been to jail before. We're not asking about all your drugs and are you still on them? Are we? No. You guys leave Andre alone. Leave him alone. And at the same time, Andre, stop being a pompous a-hole. You're just rude to people. I mean, have you ever heard of the saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Don't make Chuck be on your bad side, because at the end of the day, he is your ATM. Now let's move on. Okay, next it was Colt and Jess. Listen, this episode just proved what we already know, which is Colt is using Jess for a storyline. Okay, that's it. He doesn't care about her. He doesn't. All the crying is for naught. All he's worried about is, can I keep Jess on until I can get back home to my real girlfriend, Vanessa? He would have made a bigger effort if he really cared about Jess, a bigger effort to let her know I'm not with Vanessa anymore. But, he could have called her, could have got her on the phone. He could have found another cat sitter. He's still banging her. It is what it is. I mean, Jess, I'm sorry that you got played on national television, but you did get equal TV time. So, maybe you could do something with that. But as far as this being a relationship, we know it's not a relationship. He doesn't really care about her. And then we can't hide the fact that Deb hates you. Deb hates Jess because she has her heart set on the mistress. Okay, it is what it is. Don't shoot the messenger, people. Don't shoot the messenger. Let's move on. Next week, oh, God. Asuelu and Kalani, listen. When are you going to tell us the truth, Asuelu, that your mom's a pimp? Your mom's a pimp, and she is acting just like the Rihanna song, B Better Have My Money. That B better have my money. That's how she's acting. I bet you her, what they call it, pimp game is way strong. Listen, in last night's episode, Asuelu finally told his mother, listen, I cannot give you money once on a monthly basis like you want me to do, like you were raised, like you brainwashed me to do when you were raising me, because I have a family, okay? And I don't make a lot of money. I work part-time, but the $50 that I do make a month, I give it to my wife. That's how it is over here. He started crying. He said, if I don't take care of my kids, they will die. Crying, okay, people, real tears. The pimp grandma, she wasn't hearing it. She was like, I feel bad you cry, but you better have my money. She's not playing. Listen, when in Rome, he's not in Samoa anymore. He lives here in the US, and they're barely making ends meet. And you want him to give you $25 of his $50? Mom, I like you, but get out of here with that, okay? I'm not trying to hear that. Okay, let's move on to Paula Carini. This had to be one of the worst, because we know in real time these two are on the verge of divorce. This relationship does not work out. But what makes this even sadder is on last night's episode, Carini has showed you from the very beginning, Paul, that she doesn't like you. Last night was ridiculous. She refused to talk to him, people. Okay, he didn't do anything. She just didn't want to talk to him. She spent hours in the bathroom because they have that little tiny house, and that's the only other room with a door. And then when she was in his presence, she walked out and left. She didn't want to visit with the mom that came over to visit. She decided to go to the park, and I think text message her boyfriend. Okay, the writing's Paul. Were you really shocked the other day when you discovered she was she had a boyfriend? That's who she's talking to on the phone all day. I mean, please, this relationship is over, and I cannot wait for them to hurry up and get a divorce. It's driving me crazy. There, I said it. Who do I feel bad for in the relationship? Neither one. I just want them both to get as far away from each other as they can possibly get. Okay, guys, so that was my quick recap of last night's episode. We have a lot to talk about in the comments section. Number one, do you guys really think that Tanya is just a horrible spouse? There, I said it. Let me know. I mean, this is about honest conversation, honest adult conversation. You have your opinion and I can have mine. And then don't forget to mention Kalini's mom. I mean, Asuelu's mom in the comment section. Like, make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. In the meantime, don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video. It does wonders for my video. If you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification bell, go ahead and do that. And I'll meet you guys in the comment section. Bye for now.